Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Extraordinary Extremophiles, Tales from the Edge, the coolest spot in the universe. I'm Mac, enthusiast and guide to all creatures rare and unusual. Despite her busy schedule, I managed to get one of the last scaly-foot gastropods in existence here today in the studio. Give it up for today's guest.
Shalom!
Let's dive right into it. So, you're an extremophile, which, as a reminder to our audience, means that you live in and withstand crazy conditions, uninhabitable to most life on Earth. What makes your home environment so peculiar?
Well, I personally live in the Longkey Field of the Indian Ocean off the south coast of Madagascar in a hydrothermal vent called a black smoker chimney.
And what exactly does that mean?
These vents are like underwater volcanoes that form a tectonic plate boundaries on the ocean floor and get their name from the black iron sulfide deposits that they emit. At a depth of 2,814 meters, the atmospheric pressure is intensely high. To put this into perspective, your species cannot withstand depths of over 60 meters unless they have heavy-duty gear that adapts for them.
Volcanoes? That must be unbearably hot. Not to mention dark.
It's a little toasty, and the sunlight is non-existent. Under the ocean's crust, rock molten from the Earth's core heats up the water to temperatures of up to 400 degrees Celsius, which is then expelled from the vents. This water is not only scalding hot, but it contains compounds toxic to most organisms, such as heavy metals. Because of this, we encounter low oxygen and high carbon dioxide levels.
Wow, now that's something. Do all scaly-foot gastropod snails prefer this extreme lifestyle? Or is it that you are just simply able to survive in these conditions?
Well, from research conducted on board, samples of our species were taken in order to look at our early development and bacterial symbiote energy source. Some were housed in growing tanks with meticulously regulated temperature and oxygen content.
And what were the results? Can your species undergo a change in environment with new conditions?
This specific group of snails achieved the world record for the longest successful raising period of snails. They survived 3 weeks under atmospheric pressure, which is not a long time compared to our longevity of around 10 years. Well, that is if your kind allows us to live till then.
Yes. What a great way to mention the devastation of deep sea mining and what it's doing to ocean life.
It's official. We are the first species to become endangered due to deep sea mining. I'm hoping this interview will bring awareness to the destruction of marine existence.
Thank you for addressing this major issue. Now, can you give us some insight into how your biology may allow for your survival in these extreme conditions?
Sure. See this cool, badass iron shell? We've adapted to our environment by encasing ourselves in iron. We're the only species whose body is composed of mineralized iron.
Yes, it said the scaly-foot gastropod has a unique body, that's for sure.
Thanks, you're absolutely right. Where the human heart takes up 0.3% of your body mass, mine takes up a whole 4%. Remember, where I live, the oxygen levels are so low. This is why my heart is so big. There is sufficient oxygen production that accounts for the endosymbiotic bacteria.
Endosymbiotic bacteria?
Yes, instead of eating, we have a symbiotic relationship with bacteria that live in our esophageal gland. The bacteria provides us with the nutrients we require. Since we don't need to forage for food because we rely on endosymbiotic bacteria to meet our nutritional demands, our digestive system are inadequately developed. So there is no need to hunt for prey or anything like that.
Well, it seems like your biology has a huge part to do with surviving such extreme conditions. And your existence has definitely given me some apprehension to what life might look like beyond Earth. Seeing how your body has adapted to its environment widens our current scientific definition of a habitable environment. This information could help guide scientific exploration of life on other planets by providing insight as to where new life forms could be discovered.
I agree. There could be extremophile organisms like myself beyond Earth with very similar conditions. Low oxygen, intense pressure, toxic chemicals, extreme fluctuations in environmental conditions, and lots more.
Wow. Well, looks like our time's up. Thanks for diving into the extremophile world with us today. These tiny organisms sure know how to live life on the edge, or in this case, the bottom of the ocean. Talk about thriving in hot water, literally. So whether you're feeling a bit extreme or just mildly adventurous, just remember there's an extremophile out there somewhere setting the bar for resilience. Until our next episode, stay curious and catch you on the extremo flip side.